Hey, today we're rerouting or propagating or cloning a tomato plant. This plant came to us by volunteer last summer. It started over here. All we did was bent the entire plant down, and now it is January. It made it through an entire summer and most of our winter here in Florida. But we're going to cut some clones today. Going to do it a couple different ways. One of them, we're going to take a sucker. A sucker is the branch that comes out from the main and another branch. They really don't do anything, and if you cut them, it helps the tomatoes flower more. You don't want any of those suckers draining the nutrients away. So we're going to try this little sucker. And we're also going to try a sun branch, which is the longer one that comes off. You can see the difference. You have multiple branches coming off that sucker, and the sun branch is just one big stem. All we're going to do on this branch, trim off a good 5 or 6 inches of leaves. Pinch off the little leaves. This sucker, let's see, I think we're going to cut this one off. I don't think it's going to do much good for it just sitting in the water. So we'll cut that off. We'll leave the rest. It already looks a bit wilty, so I don't trust that one. Let's get one more sun branch to try. This looks like a decent one. We'll cut that one off. Clip off some of the leaves. You don't want them rotting in the water because it's going to take a good week for it to even start rooting. So there, we have 3 nice little cuttings off this plant. Calling this a survivor plant because it made it through a summer or winter. And I don't know if you could see, but it has a big old group of tomatoes on it already. And it is the 3rd week in January and doing great. So let's go put them in some water. So I have seen a bunch of different things on YouTube where cinnamon helps, cinnamon doesn't help. I figured I would try my own little test. You see we have 3 already done. One's with some hydroponic solution I use for our hydroponic garden. The other 2 are just water, and this control is just going to be some cinnamon. We'll see if Grandma's recipe actually works. So I just dampen the stems a little bit. Push some cinnamon in there. Throw in the water. Put them in line, let them separate out a little bit, and we will check in a week and see what they're doing.